once again, land of the brave and beyond, and a very warm welcome back to the Government Information Center studio, this time around for another information sharing session under the flagship of the OMAS, which means offices, ministries, and agencies. For this session, I will be your host still. My name is Hileni Felepe-Samunyela, and alongside my studio guests, we will be keeping you company for the next 40 minutes or so. As is the norm, I'd like to pause here and extend a warm invitation to you, Namibia, to be part of this discussion by following the conversation on our social media platforms where we are currently streaming this show live. On Facebook, we are at the Government Information Center, the GIC Namibia, or alternatively, you can also stream us live on our YouTube channel on the same handle, the Government Information Center, Namibia. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for this morning, I am joined in the studio by the Deputy Director, Mr. Lucius Mbainjikwa. He is a Deputy Director, as earlier mentioned, in the Directorate of Public Sector Innovation and Research at the Office of the Prime Minister. And he's here with his colleague, Ms. Tekla Shipula, Chief Policy Analyst. She is also from the same Directorate of Public Service Innovation and Reform at the Office of the Prime Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning once again, and welcome to the Government Information Center.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you.
Good morning, Eleni.
Right. Now, this morning we are talking about, or we are discussing an insight on the Public Sector Innovation Conference that is scheduled to take place from tomorrow, Wednesday, the 25th of February, 2026. Didi, let's start this conversation with you. Kindly give us an overview of the much anticipated Public Sector Innovation Conference scheduled for Wednesday, which is tomorrow, right? Briefly give us an overview. What exactly are we talking about?
Thank you, Eleni. Mm-hmm. As we are aware, the Office of the Prime Minister is tasked with improving service delivery. Mm-hmm. As according to its mandate, based on its mandate of public administration, mm-hmm. Linked to the Prime Minister,
right.
Head of Public Administration. Mm-hmm. Now, to improve service delivery, the Prime Minister's office, or the Office of the Prime Minister, have introduced a repertoire of reforms. Mm-hmm. And we are in a directorate that is tasked with bringing about these reforms. Mm-hmm. And one of the reforms, according to the public sector innovation policy, is improving innovation through in public service delivery through innovation.
Right.
Therefore, among the strategic priorities of the policy, we should introduce conversations, mm-hmm. through summits, and introduce awards to recognize service delivery, or improve solutions,
right.
to improve service delivery.
Right. If I understood you correctly, so we are introducing rewards for such excellent service delivery in the public sector.
In the future.
In the future.
But for now,
mm-hmm.
we are focusing on the conference, mm-hmm. which is to have this conversation.
Right.
About how to bring about innovation, how to be customer-centric. Mm-hmm. We are encouraging, as the President indicated, it's not business as usual. Mm-hmm. So we want to introduce that mindset change.
Right. Okay, I'm excited already for these rewards. Ms. Shibula, what necessitated the conference, right? And what are the key objectives towards this conference?
Okay, thank you so much. This conference is very important to us, mm-hmm. being the first public sector innovation conference in Namibia. Mm-hmm. It is happening elsewhere, by the neighboring countries, mm-hmm. or international. Mm-hmm. So the main objective is to create a dialogue. Mm-hmm. Create a dialogue to talk about public sector innovation, whereby we definitely want to focus on design thinking and one-stop shop or one-stop service center.
Right.
The design thinking is already happening in Namibia. However, we would like to tap from other countries also. Just take note that we are expecting international participants and also local ones.
Right.
And the specific introduction is to strengthen the Namibian public service delivery.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Mbanjikwa, would you like to expound more on that?
Okay, if I may, the concept of design thinking is a human-centered approach, which means that we want public servants to have empathy, to be concerned about their customer out there, their citizen, reimagine the life of a customer when they are delivering these services, and then resolve the problems or challenges with the eye or with the mind with the customer in mind, and then come up with prototypes. These prototypes are small miniature or a picture of the future of the service they want to create for the customer.
Right.
And then come up with that solution that will delight the citizen or customer. That is with regard to design thinking. And then when it comes to one-stop shops, we are aware that the president have issued a directive that there should be a one-stop shop established at BIPA. Now we want to create awareness about this concept so that those that are now following the clarion call of the president can now have that mindset change, embrace the change. As you know, with a new initiative, there's a resistance to change.
Right.
That's why design thinking. And then we want to ensure that, in general, we talk about the innovation ecosystem. When we talk about the NCRST, the ministry, or the new ministry, MESAC, who are the custodians of innovation, and then the Office of the Prime Minister, people would ask, but how is the Office of the Prime Minister involved?
Right.
And that's where we need to have these conversations where we emphasize that the Office of the Prime Minister is responsible for service delivery and improving the lives of citizens, and therefore they need to redesign, they need to innovate or encourage public servants to have mindsets that redesign, that innovate services for the public.
Right. Thank you so much. Indeed, that provides so much useful context. I love the way you contextualize it to the Namibian context. And of course, innovation with the public service has evolved over time. Now, Ms. Shipulwa, could you briefly give us a little bit of a background on the evolution of innovation within the public service?
Thank you very much. After extensive research and benchmarking, the Office of the Prime Minister over the years developed a policy called Public Sector Innovation Policy. Public Sector Innovation Policy, which was successfully launched in 2020 with implementation stage for 5 years. And based on that policy, there has been an implementation strategy, and hence the revolution now. It has been happening, yes. However, this policy is making sure that there is coordination happening within the public sector. Most of the institutions are already innovating. However, there is a gap and things are overlapping.
Right.
We would now like to ensure that there are no duplications. There is a repository of our whatever
We have innovated.
we have innovated, and we are coordinating, we are collaborating together with our private sector and civil society. That is now the background now of the public sector innovation.
Right.
So we say, as my DD here mentioned, the NCRST and the MESAC, together with some higher institution of learnings, they have been of support to us. And now we said we are standing now as a government and we are innovating. And our hashtag this time is hashtag Innovate Namibia.
Right.
Yes.
All right. Mr. Mbanjiko, would you like to expound more what she said, or did she?
Yes, I would just like to appreciate the idea that she said that government has been innovating. From independence, you remember that we were fragmented administrations.
Right.
And then the government united this administration into one. And then the innovation happened. We started with outsourcing, where all these parastatals, state-owned enterprises were established. And then we moved on to where we introduced strategic planning to ensure that performance happened.
All right.
We introduced business process re-engineering.
Right.
We introduced, we realized that we want to be an ethical nation. We introduced the Anti-Corruption Commission. And then the digitalization process that has happened through our e-governance department. And there are many other reforms. If I start, since I've been in the public service for years, we'll continue the whole day. And now innovation to ensure that that transformation of the mindset of the public servants and then of the citizens and of the country marching towards Vision 2030. So that's the whole idea.
Right.
But I do not want to now provide a lecture. Otherwise, they'll say I should go to university.
Right. Okay. No, we appreciate the overview and the information that you've given us here, because I, for once, appreciate the fact that as much as we are an innovative nation, like we are saying we have been innovative, implementation then need to kick off so that we can reap the fruits of that innovativeness that we are preaching, right? And we truly indeed appreciate what the Office of the Prime Minister is doing in spearheading all this innovation, and especially for the conference that is earmarked for tomorrow, so that we can have this conversation, not only as a nation, but learn from other countries, other nations, whether African or international, that are practicing as such. Now, continuing the conversation with you, Mr. Mbanjikwa, what is one notable milestone, or what notable milestones have been achieved in modernizing public service delivery and institutionalizing innovation across the state institutions? Because we have mentioned that it has been an ongoing process, but we are modernizing. If we can just perhaps concentrate on that aspect.
Okay, thank you so much. As we know, we are a rule-based public service.
Right.
We focus on policies, and now we are moving towards allowing people to experiment and to fail fast. Not that you should go about taking irresponsible risk, but for our public servants to toy around with ideas until they come up with solutions. But a milestone that has been achieved in this government is e-governance.
Right.
When I started in the public service, I could hardly use an email. I could hardly communicate with others with technology. Now we have technology at our fingertips. That is an innovation. And then we have streamlined business processes. I remember that when we started, NASFAF, all the documents were lying on the floor. But NASFAF today is a sought-after organization because it was re-engineered and it became an institution of a life of its own that has changed the life of the students. And we innovated with regard to, as I said, with regard to anti-corruption, dealing with our corruption, ensuring that we create an ethical culture. As I speak, there's an integrity workshop happening in Oshuarongo where public servants are being taught how to use values, how to be ethical when they do service delivery.
Right.
Those are some of the improvements that have happened, and I'm happy to say these are just a few I'm mentioning.
All right. No,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I love that you mentioned the business process, right? Those are brought about, and once we review them and we see perhaps they need to be reviewed, then we say they become business process re-engineering, and that is something that the Namibian government is taking quite serious. I know for a fact because in conjunction with the Customer Service Charter, which is also for lack of a better word, it's also aimed at bettering, or if not bettering, but perfecting the public service from institutions of, whether the offices, ministries, and agencies. I love that we are not only looking to bring up processes such as that, but to re-engineer when the need arises. And as OPM, you are the custodian of this. We appreciate that you're here to actually speak to us about that. We truly appreciate your efforts. And also given that that is quite an historical and important milestone, and we are building onto that journey to reform, and modernize these processes that we are referring to. Now, Ms. Shipulwa, what notable milestones have been achieved in modernizing public service delivery and institutionalizing across across state institutions? I think that one you've earlier on alluded to. In fact, I think let's say let's move on to the theme for this year, because you've earlier on mentioned that I don't want to take you back. The theme for this conference is innovating the public sector from policy to practice. Quite brilliant, right? Could you then elaborate on the significance and practical meaning of this theme? This one I'd like to start with Mr. Mbainjikwa.
Okay, thank you so much. We have been, I think it's a problem that is all over. We have been accused of having policies, in fact, beautiful policies, that are not implemented. Now, the beauty of innovation, it helps you interrogate these policies and ensure that they are put in motion. We have the big policy of decentralization,
Right.
and when we go to the regions, they still. I'm not sure that devolution. I'm not an expert on decentralization,
right.
but they talk about the devolution. They talk about us in central government holding on to the money. I'm not sure that those
And the power.
those are real or perceived, but I believe that we should ensure that policies such as decentralization, many other policies such as procurement, are put in motion and are perfected, and innovation is there to interrogate this. Where my colleague Tekla is an expert in ensuring that you interrogate what you are doing.
Right.
You look at the policy. Does it work? Does it impede implementation, or does it not?
Okay.
And that's where we talk about innovation from policy to practice. These policies must be actualized. They must ensure that we improve the life of the citizens. Like my colleague from UNDP once told me. I was nearly offended, but she said, people don't eat policies.
No, they don't.
So we must put these policies in practice.
To practice. Okay. Ms. Shipula, maybe would you like to expound more and just briefly touch on the milestones then?
Yes, thank you so much. So, putting policy into practice, I believe that we have started as Namibians, and we have what we call innovation boot camps.
Right.
That is now where we capacitate our public entities. When I say public entities, I include OMAS, that's central government, local authorities, regional councils, state-owned enterprises. So far we have capacitated over 900. That we include innovation champions and innovation committees. So we have our champions all over the country,
Right.
and in almost every public institution. And we use a toolkit during those boot camps now. The boot camps is a boot camp we refer to a military word, whereby you go into a training which is slated for a short period of time. However, you are covering so a large content of information, and you have so many practicals. Yeah, so now there you are. We are now enticing the brain to work very fast, and in that way you innovate without knowing. Yeah, and we use design thinking methodology.
Design thinking methodology.
Yes.
All right. Maybe whilst we are there, Ms. Shipura, how do you, or what is the eligibility around these? You've mentioned you have in every institution, you have
Innovation champions.
Innovation champions.
Yes.
What is the eligibility criteria around it? Can I, Helene, just decide I want to be an innovation or a champion or ethical champion?
Okay. This one, it was an instruction signed by the Secretary to Cabinet,
Right.
sent to all the institutions, and now every institution knows their people.
Right.
This one is active, and we have terms of references guiding the responsibilities of these champions. They must be change agents also, they must be innovative in mind, and they must have a vision for an organization
Right.
to go ahead. And innovation, we say, we preach a word of innovation.
Right.
Just we preach the gospel of innovation. So we put it that level that we should preach. So once you start preaching a gospel of innovation, then you start innovate now.
Right.
Yeah, that's why this conference is so important to us, because we are going to share our experiences from local to regional to international. And we are going to tap from those that are already doing it. And mind you that there will be exhibitions whereby innovators, including our young innovators, will exhibit and showcase their innovation solutions.
Okay. While on that, okay, I just would like to post, before I forget this one, Mr. Mbanjikwa, and then I'll accord you the platform to just hold on to that one. How different is this conference from the usual hackathons that we, for example, Ministry of ICT last year, we had a hackathon. How different is it? How different is this conference from the hackathon, Mr. Mbanjikwa?
Thank you for that question, Eleni. Hackathons, we rope young people to come up with ideas about
innovations and
about improving service delivery, about innovation, doing it at the speed of a light year, where they come up with ICT or digital application
Right.
to resolve service delivery challenges. Now, this conference it captures everything. It talks about innovation in its entirety. That's why we have invited young people, not doing hackathons this
Right.
time. The hackathons will happen during the Innovation Awards, but the young people will also showcase what they are doing with regard to innovation.
Right.
And then as Tekla explained, and as I did, the conference will look at design thinking, one-stop shops, discuss what is the concept of an innovation ecosystem,
Right.
or what is an innovation community of practice. How can we collaborate with the private sector, with academia, civil society,
Right.
to co-create services and to put resources where our mouth is. That customer experience, that citizens experience. So it's a holistic approach towards innovation, while what you are talking about is just a component
Right.
of innovation.
Thank you for educating us this morning.
Now I forgot the idea that I wanted to talk about.
Please remember.
Yeah. That's a question you posed about. Now I remember. It's senior moments.
Right.
Now I remember. With regard to the can you innovate? Can I rock up there and say I want to innovate? That would be welcome.
Right.
But the idea in mind of the secretary to cabinet was, let's start with champions.
Right.
Two in an institution. That would be, as Tekla said, preachers, evangelists, innovation
yes.
evangelists.
Yes.
And then we went further through the secretary to cabinet and said, let's form a committee drawn from diverse colleagues in various institutions, because you have different departments, you have different gender, you have different races, you have different ethnicity, and those all of those ensure that people design differently. Our mindsets are different, and they help us as we are a tapestry of diversity in unity. Now, these people are drawn from different departments, different, what do you call it in the private sector? Is it departments?
Is it sectors?
No. Within an organization, senior manager, engineering, or HR, you draw them from. So these people also go back into those departments where they come from.
Right.
And then they preach the same gospel. They come up with solutions which are citizen-centric.
Okay.
That's why everyone is required to innovate. We want public servants that are entrepreneurial, which means that they are intrapreneurs. They operate as entrepreneur within a corporate entity or within a government institution.
Right.
That's why all of us are needed.
All right. Thank you so much for that clarity. We appreciate the overview, and we are learning from this conversation, right? Now, Namibia, if you are just tuned in, you're tuned into an information sharing session, this time around, as earlier mentioned, under the flagship of OMAS, which means Offices, Ministries, and Agencies. And this morning, we are just shedding light on an insight of the Public Sector Innovation Conference that is scheduled to take place tomorrow, Wednesday, the 25th of February, 2026. And you too can be part of this conversation by following the discussion on our social media platforms, where we are currently streaming this show live. On Facebook, we are at the Government Information Center, GIC Namibia, or alternatively, you can also stream us live on our YouTube channel, and our handle there is the Government Information Center, GIC Namibia. Be part of this conversation and add your contributions in our comment sections on both social media platforms that we are currently streaming this show live. As we continue with our discussion in the studio, this one is to you, Ms. Shipolo. Who are the expected participants or key stakeholders envisioned to attend this conference?
Thank you very much. Let me start with our stakeholders from international arena. We will have the speakers or participants from OECDs or innovation observers, and we have some from Kenya and Ethiopia. That is Huduma, Kenya, and MESOB. And then we have also our colleagues from Center for Public Service Innovation from South Africa, it's a government institution, and from University of Cape Town. And then we have our local stakeholders, as I mentioned earlier, the OMAs, the local authorities, regional councils, and state-owned enterprises.
Right.
We also have our academia, and media is there. We are depending on them, and we also have a very important category of attendees is our young innovators, young and from the youth.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Mbanjiko, would you like to add something?
Yes, just to add, she might have spoken about it. So stop me if I talk about it.
Okay.
So, but we have the Secretary to Cabinet has invited all executive directors, all chief executive officers of that is together with their staff, all chief executive officers of state-owned enterprises, chief executive officers of local authorities, and regional council, and as Tekla said, academia. We have few private sector institutions, and as we have said, we have innovation champions and innovation committees, and resource speakers, as she has mentioned, both local and international.
Okay.
So I'm just repeating what she says so that we can hear more.
Right. Okay, Ms.
Yeah,
Shikola?
just to add that we, amongst our stakeholders, we should also recognize the fact that some of them are our sponsors.
Right.
And of course, their banners will be displayed at the conference hall. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and with regard to sponsors, we are just putting a word out there that please don't have the FOMO, fear of missing out when others have sponsored the event, and then you say, I should have.
Right.
Our hands are still open to receive your support.
Right. So, okay. Now, thank you for, emphasizing that your hands are still open, your offices are still open. If there are sponsors they're tuned in right now and would like to make a contribution to this conference that is earmarked for tomorrow, Wednesday, the 25th of February 2026, you're more than welcome to reach out to the Office of the Prime Minister and make your meaningful contribution, right? In money or kind, monetary or kind, right? Thank you so much. And now, with so much or such a wide range of stakeholders anticipated, preparations must be well underway, but which brings me to, how are the preparations going at the moment?
Okay. I must say, preparations are going very well.
Right.
We have a beautiful team at the office, a team that works day and night.
Tirelessly.
Tirelessly. And we are counting on them. And everything is in order.
All right. Yeah. Would you like to add a little?
If I may?
Yes, please.
This team, fortunately, we said that the Secretary to Cabinet has issued a directive to establish, for institutions to establish innovation committees. The team behind us is the Office of the Prime Minister Innovation Committee.
Right.
And they are so excited about assisting. Now, what I should emphasize is the fact that we need confirmations. From my culture, we are used to rocking up to a wedding without uninvited without RSVPing. And we are requesting those that are invited to please RSVP. We are hard at work day and night waiting for those confirmations.
Right.
Last moment should be at least now, so that we can have our numbers, because we expect 400 delegates.
Okay. All right. Now, while you were busy addressing that uninvited guests component, I couldn't help but wonder, so if I'm a young innovator out there, well, I'm not invited, no invitation has been extended to me, but I feel that I should be there. Is there any space that the public can just rock up, or do we need an invitation to be able to attend this conference?
Yes, there should be an invitation. As you know, we have booked for 400 people. And if we have 2,000 people there,
right,
and then we'll go into a scenario where the public will complain that they were just given pap and fleece.
I can imagine the commotion.
So it's better if they have these conversations with us, and then we screen as to how we can accommodate them, or whether we will say, please, can you come to the next conference? But what is beautiful is we have walk-ins.
Right.
If they have solutions that they think are suitable for service delivery, we normally have discussions with them. And our colleagues at the NCRST, the Namibian Research Commission,
yes,
under MESAC, also have walk-ins where they can have those discussions. We are not catering for 2 million people, but the conversation will continue.
Okay. So now, for the benefit of our viewers and listeners tuned in that now just got the news that unfortunately this conference will only be catering for 400. Right, I stand corrected, 400. So is this going to be a hybrid session? Will it be broadcasted for us to just sit and relax in our sitting rooms and just watch the conference unfold?
Yes, we have approached the Ministry of Information.
Oh.
I nearly said Ministry of MICT, Ministry of Information,
right, for
live streaming. I hope they will be benevolent and give us the 2-day session of live streaming, so that, as in a slogan of the UN, no one should be left out.
Right.
Because we want the message to go out there.
Far and wide.
Far and wide.
Right.
And this is just the beginning.
Right.
We are also encouraging social innovation, where the government has to co-create services with the citizens.
Right.
And that's why we want to work with everybody, but we start small, like biting an elephant.
Okay. 100 ways to finish an elephant.
Yes.
All right. No, thank you so much. If you've invited the Ministry of ICT, which is us, the Government Information Center, be sure that we will rock up. We do deliver on our promises as articulated in our public service charter. Of course, we will do the necessary.
Thank you so much.
Now, with this kind of conferences of such magnitude, right, it usually features distinguished speakers. Who is envisioned to be the keynote speaker for this conference starting tomorrow?
Okay.
No, my teams are empowered. They are smarter than me, so they can answer those questions.
Right, yeah. Okay.
I thought my Didi would answer that. However, we are very much privileged to have our Right Honorable Prime Minister,
right,
Dr. Chitunga Ngurare. Yeah, he will be a keynote speaker.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much for giving us an insight on who to expect. Apart from him, who else can we expect? Is it Do we need to hold on to the surprise?
Surprise.
I'm sure, if I may, I'm sure the Right Honourable Prime Minister has his own invitees, but from our side, those that we have mentioned earlier are the invitees.
Right.
But we can't preempt what our principals will do or whom they will invite.
Okay. Thank you so much. Now, before we conclude our discussion this morning, let us provide our audience with essential logistical details, right? Can we just perhaps reiterate on the date of when this conference is envisioned to take place and the time perhaps when it's starting?
All right. Thank you very much. The conference will take place at the Windhoek Country Club and Resort.
Okay.
That's in Windhoek. And the date is 25 to 26 of February 2026. The registrations start at 7 a.m.
Okay. So the venue is Windhoek Country Club and Resort. And we are saying that registration starts for the guests at 7 o'clock in the morning. Yes. And the date is tomorrow, Wednesday, the 25th of February, 2026.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, any contact numbers? Because, you know, as earlier mentioned here, we like rocking up. Before we just rock up, are there any contact numbers, even for those that are invited and perhaps missing a detail or two, and they would like to confirm before they rock up? What are the numbers that they can reach you on?
Please confirm with Tekla, Mrs. Tekla Shipulwa,
okay,
at 081 27 488. 081 27 40088.
081 27 40088.
Yes.
All right, that's Mr. Tekla Shipulwa.
Yeah, and
right.
Mr. Licious Bainjikwa at 0811 444 258.
0811 24
2444
244.
444.
Okay, 444.
258.
258.
Tekla, you can call up to 12. Licious, you can call around the clock.
Oh, right. Thank you for that information. Thank you so much, lady and gentlemen, Didi and Chip. Thank you so much for coming here to shed light or to give us an insight on what to expect tomorrow about this much anticipated conference that is going to take place at the Windhoek Country Club and Resort. Tomorrow, registration starts at 7, as earlier mentioned here. And if anyone would like to confirm I'm missing a detail or two, they can reach out then to Mr. Alicius Mbainjikwa. The number was earlier provided. I will repeat it again. It's 0811 244 258. Or Ms. Tekla Shipulwa, and her number is 081 27 40088. Thank you so much for coming to speak to us and to enlighten us about this very much anticipated conference on the public sector innovation.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you for hosting us.
All right. And we look forward to seeing you there tomorrow.
Yes.
God willing.
God willing. Yes. But it's for a good cause, so definitely it shall be done. Thank you so much, Namibia. That has brought us to the end of our discussion this morning. We were talking an insight on the Public Sector Innovation Conference envisioned to take place at the Namibia Country Club and Hotel, or Resort, pardon me. And registration starts at 7 tomorrow morning. It is strictly for those that have invitations extended to them, because, of course, there are reservations. Thank you so much for tuning in. From myself, Hileni Felipe Samunyela, I've been your host, and the entire GIC production crew. Until next time, take care.